Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, we have an article by Bleacher Report titled Absurd NBA Trade Offers for Every Team's Most Untouchable Stars. So normally I do article reactions over on my second channel, Extra Crispy, but that channel is kind of migrating more to an NBA news / rumor channel. So every now and then I might be intrigued to, do a little bit of an article reaction over here. And yeah, this one is definitely on topic, man, because over on my second channel, Extra Crispy, I'm actually doing a video today about a rumor that's popped up of Kawhi Leonard being traded from the LA Clippers, which would be absolutely absurd to happen. So yeah, this topic on my main channel here actually kind of goes with that. Let me know in the comment section below, your favorite player, your favorite, or just the best player on your favorite team. What type of trade would need to happen for that player to get traded away? For my Pistons, well, it's Derrick Rose. You could probably get him for like a second round draft pick or something, man. Unfortunately, we don't got like Luka or LeBron James or somebody like that, man. But here we go. Let's go to the first trade. We got Trey Young from the Atlanta Hawks, and the trade would be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Dort, the 25th pick and the 2021st pick, top 5 protected in exchange for Trey Young. Actually, not like the worst trade, just because Shai is really good. Now, obviously, out of these two, I do think Trey Young's gonna be better. Although Shai could be like the better, like overall, I think what Trey Young would because he's really well on offense, and he's gonna be one of the best offensive players in the NBA. He already is. So like when he does well, he's just like top notch at it. But I think Shai's gonna be better at like overall more things. If that makes sense, like defense and stuff like that too, man. So not the worst trade ever, considering, who it is. At least they're getting another good young player out of it. Okay. I see you. Next up, we got Jason Tatum for the Boston Celtics. This would be a trade of Jaren Jackson Jr., Dylan Brooks, 2021 first-round pick, 2024 first-round pick, in exchange for Jason Tatum, Enes Kanter, and Vincent Poirier. Yeah, I think Celtic fans would probably just retire from the game of basketball. They would probably switch to be Laker fans or something at that point. I don't really know, man. But the idea of John Morant with Jason Tatum would be absolutely unbelievable, especially because they already had Brandon Clark to like replace Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson's great. I love him. I think he's going to be an all-star caliber player. Dylan Brooks, I like him. I hear there's people that don't like him, I guess. But draft picks are nice. But yeah, no way I'm doing this trade if I am the Boston Celtics. Like Jason Tatum is just... he's abnormally good for like his age and everything. Okay, next up we got the Brooklyn Nets with Kevin Durant. So better than Kyrie, right, man? Yeah, obviously. So we got the Nets get Joel Embiid, Josh Richardson, and J.R. Smith in exchange for Kevin Durant and DeAndre Jordan. Interesting trade. Like Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant, something about that sounds intriguing. Like those two players, I never put them in my head together because there was never a reason to, but now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, KD, Ben Simmons. If I was a 76er fan, I can definitely get behind that. Plus, Kyrie Irving and Joel Embiid, despite those guys kind of being drama queens and stuff, I do think offensively it would actually kind of work quite a bit. So, yeah, not the worst trade in the world. Plus, both these guys are injury prone, so it's not like Kevin Durant fans can be like, well, we don't want an injury prone Joel Embiid because now KD obviously is injury prone himself. So, not the worst trade. Next up, we got probably like a second round pick again, right? Devonta Graham for the Charlotte Hornets. Okay, this is going to be Ricky Rubio, Cam Johnson, Ty Jerome, and the number 10 pick for Devonta Graham and Nicholas Batum. What a horrible trade if you are a fan of the Phoenix Suns. Devonta's cool and everything, very inefficient, which is why he was not really in the running for most improved player. Ricky Rubio might actually be better than Devonta Graham, right? I mean, Devonta puts up better numbers, but I think Ricky Rubio is more like a stable option. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense or not. Maybe not. I think Cam Johnson has really good potential. Yeah. And the number 10 pick? Bro, I don't even know if Devontae's worth just the number 10 pick. And they got to take on Nicholas Batum. I mean, that's subtraction by addition right there, man. Or addition by subtraction, whatever you want to say. Subtraction by addition. Yeah, I guess. That's a bad trade. That's like an F minus a minus. Very bad trade. Next up, we got Zach Levine for the Bulls. This is going to be Spencer Dinwiddie, Jarrett Allen, number 19 pick for Zach Levine. Pretty solid trade for both sides, I would say, man. Obviously, Zach Levine being the third option to Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant would work out big time. I've kind of said that about Zach Levine. I think he's a very underrated player, but the thing about him is that I don't think he's a number 1 option on a championship team, but I do think he could be a number 2 or number 3 option on a championship team, no doubt in my mind. Plus, Dinwiddie's solid. He's already been on the Bulls, bringing in the pick and Jarrett Allen. Would be pretty nice too, man. Not a bad trade. Okay, next up. Is Kevin Porter the best player on the Cleveland Cavaliers? Did I miss something? I knew he was good. I was kind of pissy when the Pistons actually traded away the rights to him in the draft or whatever. Bro, look at Bleacher Report disrespect the hell out of Colin Sexton, man. Or even Kevin Love. Kevin Porter for Troy Brown Jr. Okay. Huh. I'm trying to, like, read down here. Okay. Yeah. I guess Porter does have great long-term importance to the team. But I'm thinking about, like, right now. Okay. Next up, Luka Doncic. Oh, God, this is going to be so much. It's going to be so much. What's it going to be with the Boston Celtics? Hey, it's straight up Jason Tatum and the number 14th pick for Luka Doncic. So, I think that's pretty fair because out of the two, Luka is the better player. Hate to say as Celtic fans, but, you know, Luka was in the running for the MVP. Not saying that Jason Tatum cannot get there very, very soon. But as of right now, overall, Luka's better. I wouldn't say he's that much better, though, so I do think the number 14th pick is definitely warranted. It wouldn't make sense to do a straight up. It just wouldn't. I think the 14th pick, that helps out, so that makes it not a bad trade. Okay, good trade. Next up, we got the Denver Nuggets with Nikola Jokic, not Jamal Bubble Murray, or not, yeah, Jamal Bubble Murray. Okay, yeah. We got Sabonis, Malcolm Brogdon, Dougie McBucket, and a 2021 first-round pick for Nikola Jokic and Gary Harris. Not a bad trade. I would actually kind of say that Sabonis is a bit of like a poor man's Jokic. In a sense where it's just like, you know, the defense isn't really there. He's kind of a slow-footed center, very talented offensively and stuff. Both are really good passers, but obviously Jokic is like a whole other level. But I mean, Sabonis was an all-star. Malcolm Brogdon, former rookie of the year, very solid point guard. Okay, it's not that bad of a trade. I kind of like it. I actually really like the idea of Malcolm Brogdon in the backcourt with Jamal Murray. That seems like that would make a lot of sense. Okay, next up we got, I guess it's Blake Griffin, not Derrick Rose. Well, obviously, but, I mean, he was injured, so I don't really consider him the best player because of injury, but I guess Derrick Rose was injured too. The whole team was injured, actually. Okay, so we get Malik Monk, Nicholas Batum, and the number 32 pick. I can't wait. Okay, we got Steph Curry for the Golden State Warriors. It's going to be Trey Young, Clint Capella, and DeAndre Hunter in exchange for Steph Curry. Not gonna lie, man, this is a bad trade for the Hawks. This is a really bad, I don't want to say really bad trade because it's Steph Curry, but it's a bad trade for the Hawks because Steph Curry, you know, he's not old by any stretch, but Trey Young is very young. No pun intended, kinda. A little bit of a pun intended right there. Clint Capella, I love his contract for the type of center he is. DeAndre Hunter, I mean, he's still a man on a mission looking for a spot here in the NBA as a starter, or not a starter, but as a star hopefully in the future. Yeah, I would actually not do that trade if I was the fans of the Hawks. But it's only because of age. Okay, next up we got James Harden for the Houston Rockets. This is going to be Joel Embiid, Josh Richardson, and J.R. Smith for James Harden. Yeah, that's fine. I like Joel Embiid. I still don't think it's quite enough for James Harden, though I'd probably want like a first-round draft pick or something, tacked on to that. I think. But once again, it comes down to injury proneness of Joel Embiid. Okay, next up we got Sabonis for the Pacers. It's going to be CP3, the number 25 pick, and the 2022 first-round pick for Sabonis, Jeremy Lamb, and Aaron Holiday. Yeah, for the Thunder, this is a big-time W. I mean, CP3 is like 90 now, right? Like, he has like maybe 2 good seasons left in him. And Sabonis is an all-star. Actually used to play for the Thunder, was part of the Paul George trade, where that sent him and Oladipo over to the Pacers. So that would be kind of cool seeing him come back and everything like that. But, you know, Sabonis and Shea, like that's a nice little duo. That's definitely a team that's going to be looking to make the playoffs. Plus, Jeremy Lamb could be the small forward, good scorer right there. I like it, man. I like it. Mainly for, I like it for the Thunder. For the Pacers, it doesn't make too much sense. All those draft picks are nice. No, wait. Yeah, they are getting draft picks, so that's good, I guess. Next up, we got Kawhi Leonard for the Clippers. Okay, man. So, like I said, over on my second channel, Extra Crispy, I did a video about Kawhi Leonard potentially getting traded. Let's see if the trade they have, I talked about like 5 different trades to 5 different teams. Let's see if it's the same trade I had, man. So, they got Jaylen Brown, Robert Williams, Romeo Langford, the number 14 pick for Kawhi Leonard. Okay, so I actually had the Celtics as one of my teams, and I think I said Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and perhaps a draft pick to get it done. So, yeah, I guess maybe I gave up a little bit more. Maybe I would do Marcus Smart, but I wouldn't do the 14th pick. I would do one of the later draft picks. But, yeah, Kawhi Leonard with Kemba Walker and Jason Tatum. That team's running with the NBA championship, no doubt, for like the next 5 seasons. So, that would be a very solid team. Next up, we got LeBron James for the Lakers. So while LeBron James is the better player on the team, I would say that Anthony Davis in the long run probably has more trade value just because of age. But yeah, so we got Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, Furkan Korkmaz, and the number 21 pick for LeBron James and JaVale McGee. Not really a bad trade at all. I would actually, you know what, man? Now that the Lakers got their championship, obviously they want to try to run it back. But, like, for the sake of longevity, that's actually a really solid trade. I'm thinking of a lineup: Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, Crispy Flakes, Anthony Davis, and Miles Turner. Man, they're going to trade for Miles Turner. I don't know why. It just popped in my mind. And that team's going to win some championships, guys. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, I don't know why Philly would exactly do it unless they're... Well, I guess they want like just like that one run at the championship, then obviously you would do it. But yeah, the age difference, man, just gets me. Okay, next up we got Ja Morant for the Memphis Grizzlies. Trey Young for Ja Morant and a 2020 first round pick. Other stuff going on over here. Okay, that's just too much reading because it looks like it's protected, so it's only between like the 8th pick and the 14th pick. That's kind of strange, man. But yeah, regardless, these are two of the best up-and-coming point guards in the entire NBA. The trade value matches. Out of the two, so once again, it's another case where, like, well, I mean, Ja Morant was just coming off his rookie season, but it's another case where it's like Trey Young puts up better numbers, but, like, is he actually better than Ja Morant, you know? Because a lot of it comes down to just, like, shot, like, efficiency and creation and really, like, what you're allowed to do in your offense. Like, would you add in that extra draft pick, or would you just do, like, a straight-up trade right here, man? You all let me know. Okay, next we got Jimmy Butler for the Miami Heat. This is going to be Devin Booker, Kelly Oubre for Jimmy Butler and Kelly Olynyk. If I was the Suns, I would not do this. Jimmy Butler is good, but, I mean, Devin Booker just offensively means so much. Kelly Oubre is also a very, very underrated player. Jimmy Butler is great. He was just in the NBA Finals, obviously, but Kelly Olynyk, I mean, he's like a stretch big at best right now. That's all he's ever really been. So, yeah, a little bit too much for Jimmy Butler, in my opinion, guys, but, yeah, okay. Next up, we got Gianna Satanicupo. Let's see if this trade matches. What could happen in real life, you never really know, man. This is going to be Drew Holiday, Zion, the number 13th pick, and the 2021st pick in exchange for Giannis and Brook Lopez. Huh, that is definitely a lot. I'm trying to actually think about it, too. Because you see Giannis linked to, like, a lot of different trades, or, like, a lot of different teams, I should say. But I have not actually seen a lot of, like, trade packages offered up. Like, people are saying he's going to the Miami Heat. It's like, okay, what's the trade package? He's going to the I don't know, what other teams? The Raptors. Okay, what's the trade package? This is a hell of a trade package, man. I think if I was the Bucks, I would try. I'm sorry. If I was the Pelicans, I would try to trade Ingram. No, actually, you know what? No, I wouldn't. Because Ingram and Giannis fit a lot better than Giannis and Zion. So, that's a tough one, man. Just because, like, you think about, like, what Zion could be, but you think about what Giannis is. Interesting. Okay, next up, we got the Timberwolves, Karl Anthony Towns. This is going to be Karis LeVert, Dinwiddie, Jarrett Allen, and the number 19th pick for Karl Anthony Towns. Little bit of a disrespectful trade, if you ask me. I've seen these three be linked in so many different trades, and I think out of all the trades, Cat has been the best player I've seen that, like, actually offered up for. So, but I don't know, man. It's still a lot of good depth. Like, that is a lot of good depth. And then, of course, you know, the Timberwolves get themselves, well, they got themselves a good draft. And let's say they get Anthony Edwards. Well, they already got D'Lo. So they don't really need Dinwiddie. Yeah, I would not do this trade. It's a lot of really good depth, but I would not do the trade. Okay, next up, we got Zion for the Pelicans. Apparently, it's going to be Giannis, right? DeAndre Ayton, the number 10 pick, and the 2022 first-round pick for Zion. Hell no, man. Bro, that is an ass trade, man. Excuse my French out here, bro. Excuse my bitch-ass French, man. What a... Oh, yeah. So we go up a little bit, and you got a trade of Zion essentially for Giannis with, like, an older Drew Holiday part of it. And we come down here, now Zion's only with DeAndre Ayton, number 10 pick in a kind of weakish draft class. Nope. Okay, and it's protected first-round pick for 2022. Yeah, that's horrible, man. Next up, we got R.J. Barrett. Luke Kennard in number 7th pick for R.J. in number 27. Yeah, I'm going to keep my draft pick. You all know I love Luke Kennard. But Luke Kennard's not the deciding factor right here. To me, it's the draft pick. I want to keep that number 7 pick. Like I said, it is a weaker draft class. But I like Luke Kennard already. And I feel like we can get a point guard right here. I don't really feel like R.J. Barrett really solves any issues on the Pistons right now. Okay, next up we got Shea for the OKC Thunder. This is going to be Jarrett Culver and the number 1 pick. Ooh, for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That is quite the haul right there, man. That is quite the haul, considering that Jarrett was like a number 4 pick or number 6. I always forget which one it was. And you get that number 1. He's definitely worth it. I mean, the way he's been playing and stuff early on in his NBA career, definitely worth it. But that is quite the haul right there. But, yo, D'Lo, Shea, Cat, yeah, that's a hell of a team, man. Interesting trade. Next up, we got Jonathan Isaac for the Magic. And this is going to be lower marketing for Jonathan Isaac straight up. So, essentially, like an offensively gifted big man for a defensively gifted big man. Jonathan Isaac's definitely more injury prone. I think Lauri's has some injury issues too, obviously. So, depends on what you want. I'd rather have Jonathan Isaac out of the two personally, but Lauri, if utilized correctly, can definitely be a big-time player himself. Okay, next up we got Joel Embiid. So, it's going to be Bam Adebayo, Andre Iguodala, and Kendrick Nunn for Joel Embiid. Not doing this if I'm a fan of the Miami Heat. Way too injury prone. Bam Adebayo, most improved player. No, he was second in the running for it, right? I think Ingram got it, right? But regardless, Bam Adebayo is fantastic. Kendrick Nunn was a diamond in the rough. I'm not doing this trade, man. I'd rather have these three guys on the Heat as opposed to just Joel Embiid. Now, from the 76ers standpoint, obviously you would do it then, right? Because, well, that's three really good players. Plus, Iguodala back on the 76ers, the true AI of that team. No, I'm just joking. The answer definitely is, but this was the next AI, I should say. Okay, next up we got Devin Booker for the Suns, and this is looking like John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, Kevin Huerter, and the number 6 pick for Devin Booker. Once again, quite the haul. I don't really know who the Suns would take in that number 6 pick, though, because it's a very point guard heavy draft, and Ricky Rubio's fine. They would obviously need a shooting guard at this point. So, team fit wise, John Collins alongside DeAndre Ayton's big time. Hunter at the 3 spot. I guess Kevin Huerter could be the new starting shooting guard. He's fine at the number 6. They go with the point guard. But yeah, okay, it's not the worst trade ever for Devin Booker. It's not that bad of a trade. I think it's kind of mediocre. Next up, Damian for the Portland Trail Blazers. We got Ben Simmons and the number 21 for Dame Dollar. I think if I was the if I was the Blazers, I would also want Matisse Thybulle tossed in. I don't know why. Or a Josh Richardson. That right there is just, it's almost enough, but not quite. And to me, Damian Lillard is just on a whole nother tier. He's one tier above Ben Simmons, if you ask me. Next up, we got Darren Fox for the Kings, Jarrett Culver, Josh Okogie, James Johnson, and the number 1 pick. Damn, bro. Who? You throwing the boat over here. Is Darren Fox worth all that? He's good. I think he's going to have even more of a breakout season next year. That's a lot to give up, though, man. That's a lot to give up. I don't know if Josh would need to be tossed on here. I think Jared and number 1 probably get it done within itself. Plus, to get Harrison Barnes out of it. Okay. Next up, DeJounte Murray for the San Antonio Spurs is going to be the number... Whoa. So the Spurs are going to get number 2. Warriors get Oubre in the number 11. And the Suns get DeJounte Murray. DeJounte is a good player. He is not worth the number 2 pick in the draft, man. He is not worth the number 2 pick in the draft. Wow. Might be the worst trade we've seen yet. That might be the worst trade we've seen yet. Yeah, I don't really understand the reasoning behind this one. I mean, the Warriors, they get the number 11, I guess, and they get Kelly Oubre, which is nice. Suns get a guy that would work nicely with Devin Booker, but I just don't think he's worth that number 2 pick. I guess if you're getting the 11th pick back into Kelly Oubre, then maybe you can make a case for it. Okay, it is a 3-team trade. It's not a 2-team trade, so you got to keep that in mind, too. Next up, we got Pascal Siakam for the Toronto Raptors. It's going to be Jaren Jackson, Dillon Brooks, and Brandon Clark for Pascal. Nope. Pascal's great. He did show some lack of leadership in the NBA playoffs, but he's still a really good player and everything. But, I mean, this is so much of the Memphis Grizzlies' depth. Good young depth, too. Jaren, Dillon, and Brandon Clark, I'm not giving up all 3 of those guys. Maybe 2 out of 3 you could convince me. Not giving up all 3. No way, man. No way. Okay, next up, Donovan Mitchell for the Jazz. It's going to be Devin Booker for Mitchell straight up. Out of the 2, I think I'd rather have Donovan Mitchell, no doubt. He's proven to be more of a leader and a guy on a team that can carry a team in the playoffs and stuff than Devin Booker has. But you might say that Mitchell obviously has a better roster. So if you were, that actually might be a video I have to do really soon, guys. Is switching Devin Booker with Donovan Mitchell, because I have no idea how those 2 guys would do given opposite roles. Devin Booker might have just as much success as Donovan Mitchell would, right? And last but not least, but kind of, we got the Washington Wizards with Bradley Beal. And this is going to be Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, Kelly Olynyk, and the number 20 pick for Bradley Beal. So, yeah, Tyler Hero obviously has all-star potential, maybe even superstar, who really knows. Bradley Beal should have been an all-star. He's a 30-point per game scorer. If the Heat want to win absolutely right now, then I guess you could consider it. But like I said, man, there's not a lot I'd be trading right now for Tyler Hero, the way he played in the playoffs and stuff. So not sure about that one, man. You all let me know in the comment section below, though. But yeah, hope you guys did all enjoy this video. If you don't mind dropping that like, subscribing if you're new to the channel. Like I said, check out the second channel, Extra Crispy. Go check out the Kawhi Leonard video. I promise you are going to love it. And peace out, my friends.